Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be checking out V Rising. V Rising is a game that's been out for over a year now, but it just got its first update, and since then, it's the Gloomrot update, and it went live about 30 minutes ago. I would have been on a little bit earlier. However, I had a hankering for some of the best breakfast pizza I've had in a while, because that's smart decision making. But that being said, we're jumping into the game. If you don't know anything about V Rising is an open world, online, I wouldn't say MMO, but you can persist in a world with other players, and you basically build a castle up from scratch. It's a survival crafting game. You get to contend with things such as the sunlight, as well as hunters who are out to kill you, and anything else in the environment. You go around collecting resources, and right now we're doing exactly that. We're starting from scratch, and we're going to be building up. As you can tell in the top left corner, we have some objectives, so I'm going to see where we can get you today, see if we can find out any of that new juicy content that went live with the new update. I will go ahead and say that I'm not entirely sure what they all added for the beginning of the game, and it may be something that we'll have to find as we build up into the game. So that being said, if you like the content and you want to see some more V Rising, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And as always, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. So, first and foremost, this is more or less the start of the game as it was when it first came out. You have to basically follow the objectives, and your basic goal here is to get stronger and stronger. You do that by fashioning yourself new gear and items and stuff of that nature by basically fighting undead and killing other enemies on the map. You can do so by raiding mercenary bases, bounty hunters, killing them on the road, but your main objective and your main goal for the entire thing is to actually take out specific enemies and bosses on the map. Doing so will actually net you a series of new abilities that'll unlock. That's the other way your character will get strong. You'll get new spells, new abilities, and new gear options as you level up. You also do this by establishing yourself a base of operations that's fueled by blood that you collect while you're out. The better your house and stronghold are, the better your claim and power. So we just got the ability to make a sword, so we're going to go ahead and craft ourselves a sword. We're going to tab open and look for our crafting. We can now make ourselves our first weapon. Everything happens in real time, so sword is being built in real time. There are different weapon sets that you can choose. There's axes, there's swords, there's hammers, and a matter of fact, these set items can actually be used to harvest different materials. Let's see if we can work ourselves around and see if we can find any... Oh, the sun's coming out. So if you noticed, for just a half second, I'll step in here in the sun. I'll try to get closer here in a second after I kill these skellies. That guy's gonna be dead here in a second. There was some sun over there, and you could actually see a slight sunbeam coming out, but now it's dark, so it won't hit us. We're going to claim this, so we have the recipe for the bone ring. Let's go ahead and craft that. We have 102 bones already, so we're looking pretty good on the bone department. But as sun comes out, you actually have to dodge between shade of the trees. And the reason for that is because you're a vampire, so it only makes sense that's the case. Now we have the option to go ahead and make all of our gear, so we are going to do just that. Looks like we need rugged hide to get that. So we're going to go ahead and make these. We also queued them up, and luckily for us, the gear will actually fill in the spots for us. I'll take that. It actually had wood in there. And we also have, we're on a PvE server, so we will actually see other people interact. We're going to go ahead and collect these rats. You do need to drink blood, and when you're in a pinch, you can actually consume one of these rats to fill up your blood meter down there. The blood is actually a pretty important aspect of the game. Depending on what enemies you tend to feast on will actually give you stacking passives, the better the quality of blood those enemies have. So let's see where we can go. We also need to get out of here. Let's enter the Farbane Woods. This is our tutorial area. We can actually leave out one of these two options. It says it's recommended for us to leave out this one. I'm assuming because there are a lot of people who left out that other side. If we open up the map, we can actually see where we are at. There's a vampire waypoint for fast traveling. So we need rugged hide. So I believe this wolf is going to get us exactly what we need. And we can feed on this wolf. And as we feed on it, it's going to fill up our blood meter. It was 2%. And now we have a buff for movement speed. That's the first level, first tier. The better the quality of the kill, the better the passive we get from it. As you get further in the game, you will find enemies and animals that have better passives. That's just naturally how the game works. We're collecting all the resources we can because once we find a suitable place to call home, and once we get through this tutorial area and grabbing all of our rugged hide we need from wolves, because we're mostly just wandering around aimlessly, we will find a place to call home. Alright, and like that, I have actually managed to finally kill the last of the wolves. That took me a second to find all of those, so I definitely went ahead and fast forwarded from there. Now we can go ahead and make our bone axes. Looks like we need to cut down some trees in order to get the wood we need, and we have 2 of the 3 trees, so let's go ahead and start here. And we are already on a place that we could call home. I'm not sure this is where I would like to call home, so we're definitely going to hold out on that. Oh, you know what? We can actually go ahead and craft the axes. It's not part of cutting down trees. And we should actually go ahead and craft them because, as you can read over to the right, bone axes will actually do 25% additional damage to wood. So let's go ahead and move these over here. I'm actually going to move in our one spot. So they double as weapons and as lumber axes. Now we can also craft our mace, so let's go ahead and see if we have enough to craft our mace. We do. We're going to go ahead and craft that, and as you can see, it says smash rocks to pieces next. Oh, guess what hammers or maces are good at? They are good at doing just that. So we're going to go ahead and equip it there. The sun is out. Just give you a glimpse of what happens. If you stand out in the sun, you're going to get a shine on you, and if you stay out there too long, you'll actually take sun damage. So we want to try to stay out of sun, and you do so by doing exactly what you would think. We just duck in from tree to tree, and when the light goes down, or when the sun goes down, we will be not taking damage. We are about to be out of the sun for far too long, and that is an example of what would happen if you do just that. Alright. Ooh, that guy's getting fight. We are not ready to fight whatever he was fighting, so we're just going to go on our way over here. If we stand in the shade, we should be able to take out these rocks. So we're going to do just that. We'll let that guy worry about his stuff over there. Alright, we got 1 rock. Two rock. And now let's see if we can see ourselves a 3rd rock nearby. We do. It's right over here. And you do have to be careful because the sun, like a normal sun, it moves. So if we stay right here, we will eventually find ourselves at the mercy of the sun. Our next thing is to construct and interact with the castle heart. This is where we're actually going to be able to form our base. So I would actually say, I'm trying to remember how you actually construct. Let's see. Crafting, construct. Unlocks blueprints. trying to remember exactly how you do that. All right. And now we finally managed to find ourselves a place to claim. It took me a while to remember how the system works, but the way this works is you first got to clear out an area in a plateau that you find. If you look up the mini-map over there, you get a little white designated zone up there. That tells you that this area is claimable by yourself, so what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and clear out all the stone that we currently have here. And we are going to go ahead and claim this for ourselves, and we'll do so by hitting B on our keyboard. And that is going to bring up the build menu. We want to find a castle heart, and we're going to put this down. And now we've got to gather blood for the castle heart. We're going to do this by giving it this slot accepts blood essence. We're going to take some of our blood essence, and we're going to drop it right there. And what this does is it tells you how long your castle will be alive. If you leave your castle heart alone for too long, guess what? It breaks. So we are going to go ahead and find ourselves some stone, and we need some more blood essence. Can I actually take some of this away? Let's transfer some of this. We're going to grab this, and we need to build ourselves some flooring. And we need blood essence to do that, so we're going to do just that. We need one more floor, so we're going to find out ourselves something to... we're going to go kill something. We do have a bear here, but that thing is level 15, way above our level. So we need to find something much more manageable. Let's go see if we can find something manageable to kill, get some more blood essence, and then we will be on our way to getting our base built. Look, we've got some wolves to kill. Let's do this. A little bit more, and we should have enough to start going home and building our base. Alright. Let's see how much resource we're sitting on. We're sitting on 66 blood essence. We also have tainted hearts. We can use a blood press as something we get later on to crush those hearts into more essence, so that's good. So we can start probably heading our way back to our base, which we're not too far away from. Once we get there, we'll start building up our home just ever so slightly. Alright, and like that, we're back at base. It says that our castle heart is going to decay in 4 hours. We don't really have too much to concern ourselves with. We'll definitely have that resolved at any issue. Now that we've obtained the necessary amount of blood essence that you get from killing the enemies around, we're going to go ahead and chop down some of these trees, and we're going to go ahead and plant our third floor piece so we can establish this as a house. Now, after we've done all of this, we can then build the house up and start making our place somewhere to call home. Blocked by environment. It looks like we need to clear out some of this area, so let's go ahead and see what we can do as far as clearing out the area. Go ahead and break down some of these rock walls and whatnot. Alright, we've cleared out some of the area. Let's go see if we can go ahead and plant down some more land. There we go. We're going to go ahead and put a couple down. Get ourselves a little 3x3 area over here. Looks like we need to go ahead and take this out of the way as well. So let's go ahead and mark down this little pillar. Once we do that, there we go. We'll go ahead and put down this extra floor, and we now have ourselves a little 3x3 house. Let's go ahead and claim this area. Walls and structures. Protect your territory by placing palisades, wooden coffin, stash, and mist brazier. Okay, let's go ahead and do exactly what those things say. So we're going to cancel that. We're going to go into the production menu thing. We're going to first, number one, build ourselves a coffin. This is our home. If we die, this is where we come back. So let's go ahead and hold a sleep here, because this is basically going to set this as our respawn point. We're going to go ahead and wake this up. But this is our place now. If we die, this is where we show up at. This is ours from now on. As you can tell, when I hover over it, it says wood coffin, Sharkinbear. Let's go ahead and make the other things as well. We're going to go ahead and storage. We're going to build ourselves a small stash. I want to just put this anywhere nearby. You can move this stuff later. We're just putting it down for now. And finally, the last thing we want to build is the mist brazier. Now, where is it? Dominance. Okay, so a mist brazier is something you should probably have a couple of around your place if you decide to play the game. Reason why? A mist brazier, when turned out, will actually block out sunlight, which is extremely helpful if you want to, say, not be burned alive while you're doing something inside your house until you get your walls up. So we're going to go ahead and place our walls down. And I'm just going to go ahead and follow our little 3x3. And it's pretty good, as you can tell. It's just kind of snapping where it needs to snap. And let's see if we can go ahead and make ourselves a little door somewhere right about here. I'll put it right there for now. We will build more as we can later. We need a little bit more wood for the palisade, and we'll have ourselves a little home, sweet home. Let's go ahead and claim this. Basics of crafting and refining wants us to build all those workstations and stuff. Before we do that, let's go ahead and finish off our building. So I'm going to go ahead and chop down some more trees. I'll be right back once I've gotten enough wood to build our simple workbench and our sawmill. Alright, so we're back in our house. It is now daytime. We have the necessary ingredients. As you can tell, I have one of my mist braziers set up. You burn bones in here, and each bone gives you about 60 seconds. So I've got quite a bit of time to come in here and work in the daylight inside my own house. Now, once this has a roof, we no longer need the mist brazier, but it's still a good thing to have around. So we're going to go ahead and come back in here. We're going to build this wall, and then we are also going to build a door. And like that, we have ourselves an enclosed area. Now, another thing to point out and mention is that this building does not have a roof, but when we upgrade to stone, our next level up in tier of stuff, we will in fact be able to get our stone fortifications up, and we will have ourselves a roof, which is definitely nice to have. I'm going to go ahead and move any useless things that we have, anything from here now that just won't gonna help us right at the moment. Let's see, grave dust, paper. A lot of this stuff is not going to come in handy right away, but it will eventually. I will start building more stuff as I need it. Actually, we need to keep that wood there. We can put the clay in there. And actually, we're going to keep this stone in case we need it for the sawmill and the workbench. So let's go ahead and build that workbench and that that sawmill. Alright, now we're back in our house. I've managed to collect enough lumber. I have about 1,500, almost 1,700 lumber in our bag. That should carry us pretty good to build the things that we need to build. So we're going to go into production tab. We see our sawmill. We just need to throw our sawmill down somewhere. See, blocked by palisade. It looks like we need to go ahead and make ourselves a little area specifically for our building. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out a wall. It says super simple to do. All you do is come over here, hold down the space bar, and boom, we now have cleared the land. The thing is, we can build wherever we want inside this blue area on our mini-map. We've claimed that as our territory. However, there is a limit to how far we can actually build out. We could upgrade our castle heart as we want and as we go on, and that'll let us build out farther and farther. Another thing to notice is that we actually need to toggle off our brazier when it's nighttime, because there's no point. We're not hiding from the sun anymore. So now we're going to go ahead and chop down these trees, and we're going to make ourselves a new room for all our workbenches. So let's go ahead and chop down this tree. Open this up. We want to go ahead and make ourselves some floors. Let's go ahead and do this. And see if we can't do just that. So we're going to go in production, crafting, no, refinement. And now we have the ability to do this. Let's see if we can rotate it. I want to do this. Maybe like put one on this side. There we go. And then what else do we need to do? We need to refine some wood in order to make the workbench, I believe. So we're going to go put our workbench, or our sawmill to work. It is powered by our castle heart, so you do need to be within that realm of that. So we want to go ahead and make ourselves some planks. So let's go ahead and throw in wood. And now it will go ahead and take the opportunity to go ahead and make some others. In order to help it out, what we can actually go ahead and do is make a second one. And put it right next to it. That way, we have double the work going out. Oh, we actually put that the wrong way. We can actually dismantle that. Oh, let's move structure. There we go. Like that, we have 2 sawmills. And we'll go ahead and put in... I don't know. Let's say, I'm going to split these. Put these together. We'll put that in there. Boom. 2 sawmills going, and they'll actually pump out quite a bit of lumber for us, these two. We already getting this right here. How much do we need for our workbench? We go here, crafting, workbench, we need 8 planks. So about double the time we'll have exactly what we need. And we'll be back whenever we have enough wood to build our workbench. Alright, and just like that, we are done making some clearing over here. We cleared out a lot of land. And while we cleared out some land, I let my sawmills do some work, and we are now sitting on a pretty stack of 26 lumber. So we're going to go ahead and build our workbench now. We're going to crafting, workbench, and now we're going to put this out right about here. Let's go ahead and move this into position and build. Workbench done. Let's see if we can construct and interact with our simple workbench. It wants us to craft some gear. It looks like we have plenty of options right here. We're going to need lots of planks, bone, axes, and stone in order to get things done. As you can tell, we have many things to work on, but this will boost our overall level up. Right now, we're sitting at a character level of 10. As you equip this gear, it will raise the level of your character up even further. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and make most of this. We are going to wait on some wood, but for the most part, I think we're in a pretty good place for our weapons. Actually, we might have everything we need for our weapons. This one just needs a bone spear. I don't ever remember seeing an option for a bone spear. That might be a unique drop we have to find. So I'm going to go ahead and make this. I'll be right back because it does take some time, and I want to go ahead and skip that through the boring parts for all of you guys. Okay, and we finally finished building the entire set. I went ahead and went out farming for a while. It took me a while to find all of the blood roses. They're really kind of hard to see during the daylight, so I had to go out at night and find the blood roses. They have this red shimmer around them, and they're really iridescent at nighttime, so that's when I was able to get those. It took me a little bit, but we finally managed to get the entire set, minus the reinforced bone spear. I'm going to have to assume that maybe you have to find a bone spear off an enemy before you actually are able to attain this one. But that's no big loss. Now that we've actually done that, we're going to go ahead and claim this, and now we're going to be able to get a new ability called blood tracking, which is a big mechanic for this game. So we're going to go ahead and do that. To track a V-blood using the V-blood menu, uncover knowledge and new powers by drinking the blood of a V-blood carrier. Unlocks blueprint the research desk. So in order to get to use the V-blood tracker, we get an option over here. We're going to go ahead and hit K, or just click over here on the right side, and that is going to give us your gear level, level 16, which is our first target. We are it is 4 levels lower than us, so we're going to click on that, and this is going to give us a new vampire power. And that vampire power is wolf form. Turn into a swift creature, increasing your movement speed by 60%. Taking damage breaks this effect. So all we're going to do is we're going to hit track blood, and that is going to all of a sudden make this blood trail show us the direction of our intended target. So we're going to go ahead and start following that one. Once we get there, we will start our fight with the new enemy. It is now nighttime, which is perfect for us because that means we are going to be able to have no problems fighting this thing. So make sure I emptied my bags. Yes, we did empty our bag. I have all of my new gear ready, and we are out for the hunt. Let's go. And just like that, we were able to find the alpha wolf. It was on the main road right about here. Let's go ahead and engage this target before he hits those other wolves. See what we can do to fight this thing. It is basically just like the other wolves, but of course it is much bigger. You can have it dodge, dodge its attacks. Oh, it even drops health orbs now. That's new. It looked like we managed to get some help. Alright, and just like that, we have ourselves our first kill. Let's go ahead and collect all of our resources. We took almost no damage from that fight whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and look at our journal. And it seems, if we go to our vampire powers, we should... Oh, V-blood, there it is. We now have unlocked wolf form. So let me see if I can remember how to do this. We hit control, hover over to wolf form, and boom, we are now a wolf. Let's head back to our base, and we can go ahead and check to see what our next objective is. Having wolf form is much easier to get around, of course. You can see right here we have Spectral Leap, turns to Spectral Wolf, leap and gain a short burst of speed from doing so. Can be used to leap through most types of solid objects. It's kind of like a spectral thing. And it also looks like we have this. Howl like a wolf, like a vampire wolf. And doesn't look like that really has any effect other than just being pretty cool. Ooh, I like this spectral wolf shape. That's pretty cool. And we are now officially back at our base, and we are on our way to becoming a vampire lord. So, that being said, I feel like that's a pretty good place to make a stopping point for this episode. So that being said, if you like the content, you want to see more of V Rising, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. In the meantime, I'm going to continue playing the game, building on extra things. This isn't going to be a whole walkthrough for the entire game, because that would take many, many episodes with many other games that are out currently that I want to get through, such as the Tears of the Kingdom and Diablo 4 coming up soon. So that being said, we will get back to V Rising, and I'll just show you progressional updates on how that goes. So that said, you guys take care, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.